So this is the admin portal of WhatsApp, or let me say the school's version of WhatsApp. Right, parents will have the mobile app. So whatever that you do as a school on the admin portal or this interface as you are currently projecting, a parent will be able to see it from their end, and whatever response that they also give from their end, you'll be able to see it on this admin portal.
Okay.
Is that okay? All right. Now a brief tour of the admin portal. Now to log in, you enter the URL admin.smartstaff.com that I shared with you, and then you require to enter your registered email address and your password. So once you enter your email address and the password, as you did, it will bring you to this interface. So this is the default interface that you see once you log in first time. So this is the attendance feature of the child security model. Now at the very top left corner, you have your school's logo and your school's name. Can you see?
Yes, please.
That? Okay. And then next to your school's name, where you are seeing attendance with a drop-down arrow in front of it, that is the model selector. There are so many models on SmartStaff, as you are already aware. So based on the model that you want to use at any particular point in time, you come here, click on the model selector. So kindly click on it. Either you click on the attendance or the drop-down arrow, and then you get to see the rest of the models that you have. So there are other models that you are not seeing. So based on your role in the school, right? If there's a need for you to access or use those other models, then you open it up so that you can see the other models as well. So those discussion, yourself, Richard, and then Mrs. Omar will have that discussion. And if they need for you to have those access to those other models, we'll let you have access to those other models as well. Is that okay with you?
Yes, please.
All right. So currently, these are the models that you can access. So you have the attendance, which stands for the child security model. We have the connected community model. We have the smart staff class model. We have the management model and other models as well. So let's say you want to use the smart staff class model or the management model. So once you click on the model selector, kindly click on management, and then it will now switch you to the management model. So can you see that?
Yes, please.
Yes. So once you click on it, it brings you there. So this is the management model. And anything that you want to do with the management model, you can do that. We will take time and then go through that model at so it's part of the models that we are looking at today. So kindly go back, click on the model selector once again, and then let's select attendance and take us to the default interface.
Okay.
To the default interface. Okay. So like I mentioned earlier, at the top left corner, you have your school's logo, followed by your school's name. Then you have the model selector. Now at the very top right corner, can you see my arrow?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so that place also displays the user that is currently logged in, right? So you can see that Lillian Arthur is the one who is currently logged in. So in case you are done using the admin portal and then you want to log out, kindly click on the drop-down arrow in front of your name. So once you click on it, you can now click on log out, and then you'll be able to log out, right? So in case the same PC, you need to log out for another person to log in and then use the same PC.
Okay.
Right. So once you log out, you'll be able to log out and another user can log in onto the PC. If you want to view your account details, kindly click on my account. So once you click on my account, it gives you your account information. So these are your personal information, right? So you have your personal information. You have your school information. So kindly click on school information, and then you can find your school information. Okay. And then if you want, for any reason you want to change your password, you can change your password over here by clicking on change password. Right. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the default interface by clicking on the model selector once again, and then clicking on attendance. So yeah, where my arrow is, kindly click on it and click on attendance to take us back to the default interface. Okay. All right. So this particular feature shows you your attendance statistics. So first of all, it displays total students that you have in your school, right? I want you to believe that you are 250 as being displayed over here, or you are more than that.
We got new admissions today, so it will shoot up. But you don't have that data. So what we gave you, yes.
Yeah, so once you key in those new admissions, the figure will update to reflect the current students population.
Okay.
All right. So total students on board as of now is 250. And then this is for all students in the school across your various campuses, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
at the top right corner, you can see showing attendance overview for all campuses.
Okay.
Now, let's say you want to view for only primary. So once you click on the drop down and then click on primary, it will now narrow it down and then give you the data regarding only primary campus. So in primary, you have 82 students in primary only, right? And then you can view for the other campuses as well. So you can view for the other campuses as well. So you have GES, you have lower secondary, you have upper secondary, right? So for lower secondary, there are 20.
Okay.
And then we can view for the other campuses as well.
Okay, please.
Right. But if you want to view all campuses put together, then we select all campuses.
Okay.
And then it will now add all the students in the various campuses together and then give you the total students at Southeastern Montessori Academy. Right. Now, it also gives you the various breakdown per each class. So when it comes to the classrooms, so you can see that these are your classrooms that you have. Right. So you have basic 5, basic 6, crèche, GHS 1. When you scroll down, you can see the rest of the classrooms. Can you see where my arrow is?
Yes.
Where my arrow is? Where you have your classroom?
Yes.
Yeah. So all these are your classrooms.
Okay.
And then it gives you per each class how many students are in each class. So when you take year 8, as it stands now, you don't have any students in that class.
Okay.
But for year 7, you have 20 students in year 7. For year 5, Yasmin, you have 8 students. Year 4, is it Begonia? You have 8 students. So, yeah, so it gives you the breakdown in each class, right? So what happens is that, so kindly scroll to the very top. So this is your attendance summary, right? At any point in time when you are logged in, you can tell as the admin how many students are present in school and how many students are absent.
Okay.
You don't need to be going to the class after class before you can tell how many students are in school today.
Okay.
Right. At first, how were you able to tell, assuming your drop-off rate is over, students who have reported for school?
The former app we're using, when you go inside, when you go into each class, you will be able to see. It also marks absent, late, and then present.
All right, that's great. All right, so once you are logged in at any point in time, you can tell school-wide how many students are present and how many students are absent. So in your case, as it stands now, you have 0 students present and all 250 students are absent.
Okay.
Right. So as and when they are reporting for school and then their QR codes are being scanned, per each class, you can know how many students are present and then how many students are absent for each class. Right.
Yes.
So in GHS 1, you have 18 students, or is it 13 students? 13 students.
13.
All of them are absent. So assuming any of them is present, it will be indicated in the present column.
Okay.
Right. And then you can tell how many students are present in the class. So let's say you want to know the actual students as being displayed as present or absent, right? So when you click on the figure 15 as present, absent students, it will now pull up those students for you to see those 15 students that are being displayed as absent, right? So these are the students in the class that are absent. And then if you need to take any action on them, you can do that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So if there were present students, once you click on the present, it will give you the list, and then you can see all the students that are present within the class.
Yes, please.
All right. So let's go back to dashboard. Click on dashboard at the top left corner to take us back. Okay. Now kindly scroll up a bit for us. So at the left side is the attendance summary. Now at the right side is the pickup summary. Now when school closes and students are leaving school, just as they were scanned to be dropped in the morning, when they are leaving they'll be scanned to indicate to the parents that their wards have left school.
Okay, please.
So as and when students are being scanned for their parents or their delegates to pick them from school, or if they go home by themselves, as soon as the child or delegates or parents QR code is scanned, the figure will also be displayed over here. So at any point in time, you can tell how many students have been picked up from school. Right, and how many students are still in your school yet to be picked up.
Okay.
also being displayed over here. And then it breaks it down per each class. So each class, you can tell how many students have been picked up, how many students are yet to be picked up. That is that for the attendance summary. Any question, any clarification, please?
I like the fact that it displays everything at one interface. You don't need to go into each class personally before you go and see what is happening there in terms of the attendance. But at just one interface, you can see the classes and then all the necessary information. And will teachers be able
Now,
to mark attendance, or is the scanning that marks the attendance?
Yeah, it's the scanning that marks the attendance, right? So once the parents get there, and then the parents' QR code is scanned, at that moment the attendance is taken.
Okay.
Right. If the students come to school by themselves, once the student's QR code is scanned, attendance is taken, parents receive instant alerts that the child has reported for school.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so in the case that a QR code fails, can we manually go to a class and manually adjust the attendance?
Yeah, sure, that can be done, but we don't encourage that. We as much as possible, we encourage that all students go through the scanning process so that we don't necessarily unnecessarily burden teachers or admins, right? So that you can focus on your core activities. But should that happen, we still provide an alternative for you to manually mark those students in as present in class.
And then also want to ask,
is that okay with you?
Attendance, yes. As the attendance is being marked here, will it reflect in the child's, when you go to the academic side, the report side, will it reflect there?
Yeah, so once you are, we want to ensure that your attendance record is up to date, right? Yeah, so if consistently, yeah, you are scanning all students are being scanned on a daily basis, and then all your scans are on point, then it can be automated to reflect on the attendance or on the academic report of the students as well.
Okay.
Quick one.
Okay.
Noah, can you just get her to go and do the manual checking so that once a question is asked and this and then you let her go and do it, and then you move on from there.
All right, Frank.
And,
Okay.
and on the academic report side, and what happens is at the end of the term, once if the student is scanning through the scanner or the teacher has done the manual checking, just make sure every student that is in school is checking. At the end of the term, the student, what do you call it, academic report, you don't need to do anything. Automatically, we are going to move all the attendance to that place. So we'll indicate how many days the student was present, how many days the student was absent in the report card automatically. So you don't even need to do it. Once you print the card out, it's going to do it like that. And so you don't need to worry about it. Just make sure that scanning is happening or the teachers are checking the students in. And then we are going to pass it on to the academic report automatically.
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's take her through how to check in case if for some reason a student is not scanned through the scan.
All right, thank you very much, Frank. So Lillian, so let's use the very first class, Basic 5 Yasmin, as an example. So as you can see, that class has 15 students. So currently no student is present, but assuming some students are present in the class, just that they couldn't go through the scan process, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so what happens is that, so in that case, kind of click on the absent figure, which is the 15. Yeah, so once you click on it, it will now give you the list of the students in the class. So which students are in class that for genuine reasons couldn't go to the scan process. So let's say only one student, Abertha, right, is the only student in the class, and genuinely she didn't go to the scan process. So once you locate Abertha's name, kindly click on the 3 dot against her name at the far right. Okay, and then select check-in. So once you select the check-in, you can enter a comment. So let's say present in school or present in class. Right, and then click on check-in. All right, and let's confirm the check-in. Okay, so now let's go back to the dashboard and then see what has happened on the dashboard. So we now have one student showing
Yeah.
as present in school for all campuses. And then when
Yeah.
you come to that class, you have one student showing as present in class.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So this is where you don't have to do the check-in for just a single student. But assuming you have multiple students or several students in that situation, you don't have to be doing it one after the other. You can do it at a bulk or once as a go.
Okay.
Right. So let's say for the second class, all the 23 students are present in the class, but genuinely they couldn't go to the scan process. So can you click on the 23 absent figure, and then it will give you the list of the students in the class. Now at the top right corner, kindly scroll up for us. Can you see mark attendance?
Yes.
All right, so kindly click on it and then select mark students as present. Okay, so once you do that, so let's select the campus. So which campus do you intend to mark those students as present that genuinely couldn't go to the scan process?
Okay.
So that class, they fall under which campus? Upper primary.
Primary.
Okay, so let's select the classroom. So which is basic 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, click on continue. So it now gives you the list of the students in the class.
Yes.
So if it is all students, then kindly check on the box where my arrow is, and then all students will be selected for you. But if you want to choose and pick, even all of them, but you want to choose and pick, then kindly uncheck it, and then you can now select those students in question.
Okay.
But let's say this time around it is all students, so let's select all students and then click on mark as present. So once you click on mark as present, we have given you some predefined comments. Unlike the individual check-in where you have to specify your comments. Now kindly click on the drop-down arrow. We have some specified comments for you that you can choose from. So what is the check-in about? Is it daily attendance, or the students came in without anyone to scan, or their delegates did not come with their QR codes, or the students did not come with their QR codes? If it's any of these reasons, that's why you are doing the manual check-in, then you can select them.
Okay.
However, if you want to specify your own reason, then you can click on other and then specify your own reason.
So with the attendance, as we are doing like this, will it also reflect on the parents with the comments? So if a child, let's say I select 3 children and I use the comments, came in without anyone to scan, would the parents see it to also help or let them to know that the children should be given their scans so that they could be scanned?
Yeah, anytime you check in like this, these ones that you are even checking in, the parents will get notification to show that a school staff did a check-in for this reason.
Okay.
Yeah, so the parents will get the notification to indicate that it was a school staff that did a check-in, not the scan process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Frank, thank you. So kindly, once you selected your reason, click on mark as present. So now let's go back to the dashboard and then see the update on the dashboard. So before this action, we had only 1 student present. We've now checked in 23 students. So we now have students present to be 24 across all campuses. And for the class 2, you can see total students who are present in that class. Is that okay with you, Lillian?
Yes, please.
Okay. But like I said earlier, as much as possible, let's encourage all students or all parents to go through the scan process so that you can focus on your core activities. Right.
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, one other thing, just for Lillian's information, the reason why, one of the reasons why you should encourage the real-time scanning is the use of the data. So let's say, for example, if a student is not doing well in class, or the results isn't good, or it's not picking up well, you can go back to attendance data and pull out the student, and we can give you information so that you can trend and see what times has this student been coming to school. Has he been coming in late, or he's been punctual? You can say with the parent and say, hey, we can see that your child has been coming in late, and this is the record. And as a result, it's affecting the child's performance. The same way you can pull out the pickup record and say, hey, we realize he's been picked up late, so when he gets home, he can't rest. So surely it will affect his or her performance. But if you are not scanning real time, then you can't make good use of that, because you are not capturing the exact times people are coming in. So you can't tell who is coming late, who is coming early. So it just mixed up. You have attendance, all right, but they are not really, they don't mean anything. Do you get a point?
Yes, please.
That is why a lot of the school management applications we see around, the way they do the attendance, it really doesn't give any value. It's just like recording data keke, but you can't use it for anything. Because they wait until when you are in class, then you are marking like the register you used to mark. It's just register translated into electronic way. It doesn't really mean much. But with this, you can tell. You can filter out people who came in late. Usually when people are late, you can sit with parents and say, your child has been coming in late. What is the problem? Because it will affect him or her. The same way, if you are picking your child up late, the same thing. And with a late pickup, in our case, we can give you reports so that you can sit with PTA and say, hey, there are a lot of people picking their children late. We need to levy so that we can pay teachers to stay back and take care of the kids. And every week or every month, we give a report to tell you how many times a child was picked up late. You can bill the parents right away. By next term, next quarter, we would have been building the automatic billing. When a child is picked up late, you just put what a billing is. At the end of the month, automatically, Semester will generate the bill to the parents. Say, your child was picked up late 5 times this month. This is the amount.
Wow.
That's all. So you don't even need to talk to any parent. It get added to the child's bill until you claim it's against the child's name. So you have true real-time records. And the good thing is that they have almost all the strongest point that we have is that our pickup, which is the verification, besides giving you the data to charge for late pickup and all the other things, it allows you to ensure that the children are picked up from school by the right people. Because for you scan, we present a picture and ID of the person standing there against a picture of the children they are permitted to pick. So no parent needs to call you or anything. Forget it, just add the person. When he comes to the school, we'll sort it out. We'll see the person from our side. So it makes life easy. You as the school owner, the admin, you are able to relax because you know that now I have a system that the security men, it can help the security men actually work better because now anyone coming in, they can verify, and I'm sure that there's no way I'll sit and all I hear is, oh, someone child, they can't find the child and this and that and that. No, all that is gone. And parents feel so relaxed about that. So there are so many benefits to making sure that the scanning is really happening in real time. And in terms of helping the school with management decisions and all this kind of stuff.
All right, so that is that for the attendance. So the same flow that parents go through in the morning during the drop off, they'll go through that same flow during pickup. And then as you can see, we have 24 students who are present in school, so yet to be picked up. So when school closes and then they are being picked up too, as and when they are being scanned, you can see how many students have been picked up, being deducted from the students in school. And it gives you the breakdown per each class also as well. All right, any question, please?
We can move on, please.
All right, so kindly scroll down to, let's look at the bottom of this interface. All right, so just stay here. So here we have the scan times. Just as Frank mentioned earlier, we're taking note of all the time, exact time that students are reporting for school. Like we give you the graphical representation, so you can see the peak or the fall of it. So you can see what time students are reporting for school late or what time students are being picked up late. Right. So once we start doing the scanning, we can have all those data and then you can have the graphical representation and see what time are students mostly being dropped off late, or what times are all parents dropping their time, or what times are all parents picking up their time. So we can take the necessary measures, right, to curtail all those challenges.
Okay.
Right, so we have you can have a graphical representation for drop-off, for late drop-off, for pickup, and then late pickup as well.
Okay.
Right, so let's say you want to see what time are most students reporting for school late. So once you come to late drop-off, once you click on late drop-off, it will give you the graph.
Okay.
Right, and then you can get to see what time students are being reporting for school late, and then you can put in the necessary measures. Now, if for any reason a child wouldn't be able to come to school or will be late for school, from the parent side, they can notify you that my child is running late.
right? So that the various class teachers at school, you can prepare for that particular child. Or, hey, my child wouldn't be able to come to school today. So you can know what to do regarding that particular child. Right. Now, when parents do that on the admin portal, when you come to attendance notices, can you see attendance notices?
Yes.
So once you click on it, you have, kindly scroll up for us. We have absence request and lateness request. So by default, absence request is selected and the lateness request is beneath the absence request. So if any parent has notified you that their child will be absent for school, once you come here, you see the name of the child over here, right? With the exact time that the parent sent you the request that the child will be absent for school, right? And once you click on the name of the child, it will expand and then give you the reason why the parent is saying the child will be absent for school. And then you'll be able to respond to the request sent in by the parent. And the parent will receive an acknowledgement that their request has been duly acknowledged. Now, even if you are not here, you see the notification bell at the top right over here.
Yes.
So once a message comes through and then you are even not at the attendance notices page, you can see a figure over here, depending on the number of requests that have come through. So once you click on it, it will notify you that you have an absent request notification, or you have a lateness request notification. So it will take you there for you to look at the kind of notification that you have.
Will teachers be able to see the notification if the child is in a particular class and the parent sends? Okay.
Yeah. So once teachers are logged in, I believe you assign teachers to specific classes.
Yes.
Yeah, so once they also log in, they can view for their classes that they are assigned to. And if you want them to be responding to them, then we can give them those permission to be responding to them. But if the admin, you want to be the one to be responding to them, then you can have that sole right to be responding to the request sent in by the parents as such. Now, you can always go back in time. So this is Monday, 16 January 2023. So once you click on the calendar, you can go back in time and then look at the previous dates if there were such requests sent in, right? Now, when it's time for pickup and parents are coming to pick up their kids, we even allow them to pre-inform the school ahead of time that they are on their way to pick up their awards. So before they even get to the school, as a school, you know that, oh, for this child in this class, the parent is on the way coming. So before the parents even gets there, the child is already prepped up. So the parents get there, the child is already at the scanning point waiting for the parents. Parents are not unduly delayed during the pickup time. So parents will send those notifications from their app. Now, once they send that, as a school, come to the on the way tab. Can you see on the way beneath attendance notices?
Yes.
Yeah, so once you click on it, you have all those alerts popping up over here. So it will come with the name of the child and the class of the child.
Okay.
And the time that the parents sent the alerts that they are on their way to pick up their awards. Now you'll be seeing two pop-ups. When the parent first sends the alert, it will show in blue.
Okay.
To tell you that the parent is on the way. Now, once the parent gets closer to the school, it will now turn from blue to green, right? So when you see a blue pop-up, you start preparing the kid. Now, once the pop-up has turned from blue to green, then it tells you that the parent is arriving at the school. So you let the child move to the scanning area. So before the parent gets there, the child is already there. They scan and then off they go with the awards.
Please, this section too, will teachers be able to see it?
Yes, teachers will be able to see it. Once they are logged into their portal, they will be able to see.
So we have teachers on duty weekly. So if a particular teacher, let's say in class 4, is logged on, will he see all the entire school list, or you only see children in his or her class that would have on their way and then arriving notices?
Okay, so for teachers that have been assigned to classes, they will be able to see for their classes.
Wow.
They'll be able to see for their classes, but if you want it to be open, then I think we have to look at that way and then see how to go about it.
Yes, if it can be open so that I can select the particular teacher that is on duty for that particular week, then only that or those teachers on duty would have access to the entire list. Because if they can see only their classes, it means that parents will still be duly, parents will still have to wait for extra time before their children get to them. Because the children at 2 o'clock, preschool closes, but they are in their classrooms. So if the teacher on duty doesn't have access to everything, it means one teacher, maybe a child in reception is in the classroom. It's only the teacher who sees it. Then the teacher will have to bring the child out. a child in crutch is going, it's only the teacher who sees it, and the teacher will have to bring the child out. But if the teacher on duty sees it, then the teacher on duty can then coordinate and go to the various classes and bring the child out.
For you as the admin, right, you can see all the notification across all classes.
Yes, but I won't
Right,
be able to get up to alert.
Yeah, yes. And then for every class teacher, based on the class that he handles, can also see for the class. So
Yes.
assuming when it's time for pickup, and then all class teachers are logged in, right?
Mhm.
So teachers on duty wouldn't be in class at that particular point in time,
Yes.
right? So the various class teachers that are logged in will know that they are in the room, the classrooms with the students.
So then they will receive the alert and then prepare the child.
So prepare the child, and then once it turns green, they will now usher the child to the scanning area, and then the teachers on duty will now take over. Right? So like I said, this has to do with the implementation process, right? So once we start going live, the team will have to look at how best to coordinate it and then see it work effectively. Okay, so now let's come to the students tab. So once you come to the students tab, so you remember the dashboard gives you total students present in school, and then the breakdown per each of the classes.
Yes.
Right. So let's say your drop-off period is over, and then you actually want to know the actual students who are present in school across all classes. So kindly come to the students tab. So once you click on the students tab, it will bring you to this interface, and then it queries for students who are in school today. Right. So the dashboard will give you the figure, and then per each class, how many students are in each class present. But once you come here, it will give you the actual list.
Okay.
Right. So when you scroll down, the 24 students that are present in class, these are their names below with their respective details, their gender, their campus, their classroom, the date of the drop-off, the time of the drop-off. Right. You have all those details over here for you to see.
Okay.
Right. So over here queries for you by default to see all students across all classes that are present in school. Right. So let's say those who are not in school. This is giving those who are in school. Let's say those who are not in school, we want to also find them, right? The dashboard will give you the figures, but you actually want to find the exact list. So kindly scroll up. So once you scroll up, this time around, click on the drop-down arrow over here, and then let's query for a different data. So this time around, we want to find our students who are not in school today. So once you select that, it runs through and then gives you the details of students who are not in school.
Okay.
Right. So when you scroll down, you have the list of all students who are not in school today.
Okay.
Right. And then if there's any action that you want to perform on them, you can do that. Right. So we have 226 students who are not in school today, plus the 24, and then give you the 250 students on board. All right. You can equally query for students who have been picked up and yet to be picked up as well. Remember, the dashboard will give you the figures. Kindly scroll up. The dashboard will give you the figures, but let's say you actually want to find the exact list of the students. So students who have been picked up, you can query for it and then get to know all students across all campuses or classes that have been picked up. No students have been scanned for pickup, so no data is available.
Okay.
Now let's try the last category, those who are yet to be picked up. Okay. And then it gives you the data of students who are in school, but their parents are yet to pick them from school. Now, if for any reason you want to export these data, you can export them. Okay. So once you click on export, it will now export the data into an Excel format for you. All right. So next is attendance report. So let's say at the end of a given period, you want to generate students' attendance reports. So you come over here, and then if you have reports already generated, they will be listed over here for you to see. Okay. But to generate a new report, kindly click on new report at the top right corner. And then you get to specify the various parameters based on the type of report that you want to generate. Okay. So attendance report for students from which campus? Is it all campuses? So let's indicate the campus. Is it all campuses or just a specific campus or a couple of campuses? So if you want for all campuses, then you can select all. Okay. But if you want for just a specific campus, then you can select only that campus. Right. So let's say for all campuses. Or right. Okay. Now, which classrooms? Though all campuses have been selected, Do you want all classrooms to also be selected?
Okay.
If yes, you can select, or if a couple of classes, you can select those classes. Now, what is the attendance status? Is it students who were in school that you want to generate their report, or students who were not in school that you want to generate their report, or students who have been picked up that you want to generate their report, or yet to be picked up that you want to generate their report? So you get to select the kind of attendance status that you want to generate the report.
Mhm.
So let's say those who are in school or not in school, right? In school. Now, what is the selection type? So those in school, do you want those who were in school early, on time, or late, or between a certain time period?
Okay.
You can specify based on the kind of report that you want to generate. So let's say those who were in school late, right? Okay. Now, what is the reporting window? Do you want to generate the report for only today, or the entire week, or the entire month, or the entire academic year, or a custom date where you get to specify your own start and end time?
Okay.
Right. So you
So
can.
I'm thinking if you would want to award somebody for being in school early, this data can automatically give you the name of the person, isn't it?
It'll give you the data.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Okay. So let's say you want to query for the week or today. All right. So once you specify your various fields, kindly click on search. You click on search. But let's say sometimes you want to be saving this data, and periodically there are people that you want to be sending the reports to. Right. We can also go through that process, and then you can be sending that as well.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So to do that, so let's change the parameters and to get a data on. I think those that we checked in as present were
Okay.
in which campus?
Upper primary.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we can have the classes selected. Okay. All right. So let's have this. All right. So the selection type, let's take out the late, and then so let's have those in school.
So here I should choose not in school.
Either any of it that you want to select, not in school or in school. Okay. All right. So those in school to not in school without permission, or with permission or without permission. Okay.
Okay.
All right. For today. Right. So
Yeah.
let's click on search. All right. So it gives you the data below. We had the data showing below. Can you click on search again? Let me see. Yeah, so based on the parameters set, we are not having any data available, but once you have the data will show over here.
Okay.
Right, and then we can make use of them. But assuming you want to save them, right, and then send it to certain people in question, can you click on save?
Okay.
So in that case, you click on save.
Okay.
Right, you will click on save, and then what name do you want to give to the report? Right. You give it a name. Right. Okay. So you want to save and send. So let's say save and send. So click on save and send. Okay. Now, do you want to send it now, or you want it to be a daily activity, or you want it to be a weekly activity, or a monthly activity? Right. Let's say there are regulatory bodies that you need to submit such data to them, or probably Mrs. Omar will want to have this data for a decision making, and then you don't want to be sending such reports either on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or on a monthly basis. Right. So you can do that. So if you want to send it on a weekly basis, which days of the week do you want to send them?
Oh, okay.
Right. So you select the days of the week that you want to be sending such reports. Right. So what time? So let's say every Friday. So what time you want such reports to be generated and sent? So you specify your time.
It's not picking. Oh, okay. I was putting PM.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then, so now the recipient, who is the recipient?
So you put the email address here.
You put the email address of the recipient there.
Okay.
Okay, so once you have the email address, click
Mhm.
on add to add the email address.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can now click on updates. Right.
Okay.
So based on the settings, when these date and times are due, the reports will be generated and then sent to the recipient.
Okay. So every week I'll have to go through this process, or it can automatically, once I've selected every Friday, it can automatically send to her.
Yeah, it will be automated for you.
Oh, nice.
So that is that on the attendance reports. All right, so we can close it. So next is the scan reports, right? Remember, we said that the scan reports to all the timestamps that students are being scanned, either for drop-off or pickup, are also recorded and saved.
Yes.
So let's say you want to generate all the timestamps, you want to see the exact times that students are being dropped or being picked. You can also generate the scan report as well.
Okay.
Right. So you go through the same process, just like generating an attendance report to generate the scan report.
Okay.
Right. So you specify the various fields that you want to generate the scan reports. Right. We haven't done, you're yet to do scans. Right. So
So it's nothing. Okay.
yeah, there won't be any data available, but the procedure is just like generating an attendance report, and then you'll be able to do that.
But I see a student name. So if you want for a specific student, then you enter the person's name here.
Yeah, if you want for a specific student, then you enter the student's name there, and then you search for the student.
Okay. So in the same way, when we go through this process, the report can be sent to a particular parent. For example, if the child is being dropped off very late, we can generate maybe for the month and then send to the parent. If you put the parent's email address at where I put Amina Umas, the parent will receive it.
Yeah, you want the parents, you want to send that report to the parent.
If a parent needs to receive one, yeah.
Yeah, so the email address that you put there, that's the recipient. So that is the
you just change it.
that will
Okay.
receive the email. Okay. So the last thing on the child security, so let's look at the settings of the child security.
Okay.
All right, so this is a feature that allows parents to take a survey regarding the COVID status of their wards, and the system will determine whether the child is fit to be in school or the parents will need to seek medical attention for the ward. Right. Yeah. So we are still fine-tuning it. Once we fully roll it out, we go through the process, and then you can see how parents, or you can have your survey captured for parents to go through it, and then so that students who are risk averse would need not to come to school to infect other students. Right.
Okay. Is it for only COVID-19?
Yes. So for now, the survey is just towards COVID-19. But like I said, we are still fine-tuning it to see if there's a need for us to expand it to take care of other areas as well. So that is that for child security. Now, let me say this before I forget. So whilst you're on the admin portal, right, in case you're having a challenge, you can reach us by using our bot, and then our support team or get in touch with you.
Okay.
Right. So we have our support lines over here. Right. We have our support lines over here. So once you click on support, so click on once you click on support.
Okay.
Yeah, we have our support lines. You can WhatsApp us on these lines. You can send us an email via this email address. Right. And then our support team will get in touch with you to assist you whatever challenge that you are facing.
Okay.
So you can also live chat us by clicking on
Okay.
So this icon, the blue icon with
the blue, okay.
Yeah. Right. And then you can live ask for help and then live chat us. So kindly click on ask for help. Okay, so you can send us a message. So this is a live chat, and then our support team will also get in touch with you in case you're having any challenge, and then they will assist you in that regard. All right, so let's move on to the next model. So kindly click on the model selector for us.
Okay.
Yes, and then let's go to management. All right, so this is where you get to manage. So kindly close this pop-up for us. This is where you get to manage your students' database, your parents' database, your employee database, and then other features as well. So by default, we have the student staff selected.
Okay.
So this is the current this is the current students that you have. So this is their data, right? So when you scroll down, you can see the rest of the data of your current students, right?
Okay.
It shows 10 at a time,
Okay.
right? So the first 10 of 250 entries. Now, if you
Oh.
want to view the next 10 list of students, kindly click on the figures at the bottom over here, and then you can access the next batch of students' data.
So it's arranged in alphabetical order, but it's not necessarily per class.
No, no, the classes are mixed up. The names are arranged alphabetically. But if you want to query for search for students in a particular class, kindly scroll up. So we have the search columns there. So let's say you want to search for students, you can search for students per campus, per class, per classroom, per name. And even if you use students' ID, you can search for students per their ID. So let's say you want to search for a particular student. When you have the student's name, just key in the student's name and click on search.
Okay.
It'll pop up the student's name for you.
Okay.
Any students in mind that you want to search for the student, let's key in the name of the student.
Okay.
Okay. Search for Amfu. Let me see. Let me have a look at something. The second child's surname. What is it? Is it Afo or
Amfu? Amfu.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's pop up.
So we have three Amfos. Basically, that's how to search for students. So you can search for students either per the campus, classroom, or the name.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So once you key in the name and click on search, it gives you the name.
Okay.
Now there are so many details that you can view about the particular child's name. So let's say for this particular child, can you click on the name of the child? So once you click on the name of the child, it gives you the child's bio data, right? So you have the student's bio information. Can you click on parents? And then you have the student's parents information as well. Pickup persons, you have the pickup persons information as well. And then the student's career code. So this is the student's career code. So kindly click on generate. Click on generate. So this is the student's career code. And in this career code are embedded information about the child. So if the students come to school by himself, or grown-up students who come to school by themselves, right, these are career codes that will be scanned. You present them when they get to the entrance, and then it gets scanned, and then you pull out all their data, then you confirm them. Now, if the parents who have their career codes, that will also be scanned also as well.
Okay.
Now, these QR codes can also be downloaded, right? In case you want to download it, you can download it as well. Now, at the bottom right, we have view full profile. There you can view the full profile of the student. So this brings you to this particular page where you are now viewing the full profile of the child. So we have the child enrollment data, which is the classroom, the campus, and the date that the child was enrolled. We have the parents' data, we have the pickup person's data, we have the career code as well. We have allergies, especially food-related allergies. If the child is allergic to anything, parents can indicate things that their wards are allergic to.
Okay.
Their side, and then over here you'll be able to view them. If they are food-related, and then the wards are going for their lunch, as their QR code are scanned, their allergies will pop up, so you can help manage the allergies very well.
Okay.
Then we have the recording. I don't know, at your end, do you use PA system in announcing the presence of parents?
When it rains.
So with this particular feature, parents can record the exact way that they call their children at home.
Oh, okay.
Right, so that when they get to the school, because they sent the on my way alerts, it will be played to the hearing of the child, right, through the PA system. The exact way that the parents call their child at home, so that no teacher would have to be mentioning the names of students whose parents have arrived to pick them up. Right.
So once the QR code is scanned, it automatically sends it to the PA system with the recording.
So the parent will record the exact way that they call the children at home on their side. So when they send the on my way alert and then they get to the school, it will be played. So you connect through the PA system. So if it is the admin dashboard, so you connect the admin PC through your PA system.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that it will be automated, the process will be automated for you. So any parents who arrives automatically, if there's a recording as to how the parents call the child at home, automatically it will be played through the PA system. And then the child will move to the scanning area. So you have those recordings also over here. Then at the far right, where you are seeing activities, over here you have all the timestamps. When you take this particular child search from Pond, over here, all the various timestamps that he was scanned to pick up or scanned to drop off, you have all those details showing over here for reference purposes.
Okay.
right? So if there's anything and the parents come, once you open the child's portal to the parent, there and there you can sort out with the parent. The parent will get to know all the various timestamps that the child is reporting for school or leaving school. Right. And if for any reason you need to edit the child's information too, you can edit it over here.
Okay.
So once you click on edit, you can now edit the child's information. Okay. Now click on the drop down arrow over here. There are similar actions that you can perform. So over here, this child TGHS3, assuming he has been placed in the wrong classroom,
Okay.
right? You can change his classroom over here. So
Okay.
once you click on change classroom, you can now specify the new classroom that you want to put him into.
Okay.
And then he will now be moved to that class also as well.
Okay.
So that is information that you can view about a particular student.
Okay. Is there a
So
way
let's
you
go
can
back.
archive students who leave the school? Their information will still be in the system, but they'll be archived.
Who leaves school as in completed?
No, like the children who are withdrawn from the school.
Yeah, so we have the graduation feature over here, which we can use. It is purposely to graduate students who have completed school, but you can also use it to archive students who, for any reason, have
Okay.
left school as well.
Okay.
So when we get there, we go through that also as well.
Okay. Okay.
So let's go back to the students tab. Now, if you have done new admissions and there's a need for you to update or capture the students' data, so click on new student at the top right corner. Okay, and then select add single student. Okay, so here you get to specify the student's information. So this is a new admission.
Okay.
You have new admissions, right? So can you
Yes.
capture one of them?
Okay.
So let's have the first name of the child, other name, last name. Okay, gender of the child, date of birth, if you have it. If you don't have it, you can come back and update it. Blood group, nationality.
Hey,
The fields with asterisks are the mandatory ones.
okay.
Those that are asterisks, you can always come back and then update them.
Okay.
So which campus are you admitting this child? So which is preschool? So let's select preschool or kindergarten. Crèche is preschool, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's select the classroom. Date of admission, if you have it.
Okay.
You can click on it here and then select the date of admission.
Okay.
Okay, so now click on next at the bottom right. Okay, so now let's capture the parent information. Which of them do you have, the father or the mother?
I have all, but it's not handy now.
Yeah, so we need to capture the parents' information as well.
Okay.
So yeah, so to save time, let's check to see if the father's data is already even captured on the system.
It's not, it's a new student.
All right, so then click on it, and then let's key in the father's phone number.
Okay.
Okay, so click on add new father. The data is not captured. So let's capture the father's information.
Okay.
The first name is Mr.
Yes. Don't worry, I'll edit it later.
Okay, you have the email address of the father.
Yes.
Okay, so let's.
I can edit it later.
Yeah. Okay. So the primary phone number of the father. So this is the phone number that the father will use to access the mobile app.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So you can now save it. And let's capture the mother's data if you have it as well. Okay, so click on add new mother. Let's capture the mother's information. And the primary phone number, so let's save it. Okay, so now click on next. So next is the pickup person information. So in case it's not the father that is picking up the child or mother that is picking up the child, who can pick up the child? That is for the parents to decide.
Okay.
Right. So they can do it from the mobile app.
Okay.
Right. So we can skip it. But for parents who would want you to do it for them, then once you have the data, you can capture the data over here. But we often advise let parents take responsibility of that. They can easily capture the pickup person information as well. So let's skip the pickup person information and click on save all. So let's save all, click on save all, and the student's data has been captured. So let's search for the student. Key in the name of the student. Let's search for the student that we just added and see. So click on search. I think just the ED to do, just either the ED or the ASARI. So you have the student. So this is the student we just added.
Yes.
So you can click on the name of the student, and then you can view all those information that we viewed about the student.
Okay.
So you can view the parent information,
Mm-hmm.
you can view the pickup person information, you can view the QR
Mhm.
code, you can view the full profile. So just as we did with the first student. So that is how to capture students' data. So I
Okay.
believe from tomorrow we can capture the rest of the.
I'm
newly-
starting fully.
Okay. So click on the students, click on students from.
Students.
Okay, so still over here at the beginning of a new academic year, in case you want to promote students from one class to the other, you can do it over here.
Mhm.
So to do that, just click on promote. So once you click on promote at the top right corner, where my arrow is, once you click on promote, so let's say which class do you want to promote to which class? So let's say you want to promote crèche or basic 5 Yasmin to basic 6.
Okay.
So you select basic 5 Yasmin and wait. So once you wait, can you click outside it for me? So once you select the class, it populates and give you the list of the students in the class.
Okay.
So these are all the students in basic 5 Yasmin.
Okay.
Now the question is, are you promoting all of them or you are repeating some? If you are promoting all, then kindly select all. And all students will be selected. Now, which class are you promoting them to? So you come here and then select the class that you are promoting them to.
Okay.
Okay. Then you click on promote at the bottom right and the students will be promoted, but don't click on it. Once you click on promote and you confirm, the students will be promoted to the next class.
Okay.
All right, so that's how you promote students from one class to the other. All right, so can you close this pop-up for us? So next, come to the next tab, which is match students. Let's see. So over here, what happens is that sometimes during the data upload, some of the students, every student has to be attached to a parent in the school. So these students are not attached to any parents in the school. So we need to identify their parents and then attach them to their parents.
Okay.
Right, because if it's either the parents drop them or pick them, or either the students come to school by themselves. Even if the students come to school by themselves, when they come to school, their parents need to be notified. When they leave school, the parents need to be notified. So every child has to be attached to a parent. So these students that you are seeing are all not attached to parents. So it means that during the data upload, the data that you gave us, we're not having their parents' information. So you do have their parents' information. So let's take the very first child. Let's say the very first child. Kojo, Jedu, do you have the parent information?
Yes.
All right. Once you select the student, click on match students. Click on match students to parents.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's search for the parent of the student.
Wow.
So
can it not be that probably it's not in the system, so probably I have to do it manually?
So it could be that it's in, but probably it was not captured properly. So let's search to see if the father's data is in. If it's not, then we need to add the data itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have the name there. So Jedu, can you clear the name Jedu there and then enter the parent's name, either the father or the mother's name, if you have it. Kojo Jedu, what is the father's name or the mother's name?
Let me go back and select one that.
Okay. So unselect this child. Okay. And then any other child that's the parent's name is readily in mind.
Okay, I know Princess. I know this one. Okay, it's called Princess Lai.
All right.
Yeah, Edward Lai. But he has his information here. Yes.
Edward Lai is the father. Then let's select. Then select the name.
Okay.
That's why you don't want. Sometimes you need to search. If it's not there, then you can capture the data afresh.
Okay.
If it is there, you just select.
You just select.
So kindly check the name. Click on add. All right, and then you can now click on match students.
Okay.
And then the student will now be attached to that parent.
Okay.
So obviously that the name has gone off the list.
Yes.
So as you do for the rest, they will all go off the list.
So if I want to do it manually too, I can go to the student bio and then do the editing there.
Yeah. So in that case, you need to go to students and then search for that particular student.
Okay.
So let's go to students. So kindly go to student and let's search for Jadu. So let's search for Jadu. Okay, so click on the three dots. Click on the three dots at the far right, and then you can add Kojo IS parents.
Parents, okay.
So we can search to see whether their data is captured. If it's not captured, then we can capture the data afresh.
Okay.
Right. So now let's go through pickup persons. Parents will add the pickup persons from their end. These are your pickup persons data. So once they add a pickup person, automatically it will reflect over here, right? And then if they show up to pick up their awards, once you scan their QR codes, their information will pull out for you to see them. But in case you want to perform an action on any pickup persons, so let's say you want to edit the pickup person data, then you can do it over here. So once you click on the 3 dot against the pickup person's name, you can edit the information that you want to do that. Okay. But since you are not editing, I think we can leave it as it is.
Okay.
So next is employees. So over here, we have employee data. So all these are your employees in the school with their respective information. So you have the name of the employee, the mobile number, the email address, campuses that they are assigned to, their roles in the school, classrooms that they are assigned to, their status, whether they have activated their account or they haven't activated their account.
Oh, okay. Oh, so some have. Lovely.
So those that are showing as inactive, they haven't activated their account, so they can't access the
Okay.
admin portal just as you are accessing. So let's query for all those who haven't activated. So kindly scroll up.
Okay.
Kindly scroll up, and under the status box, select inactive. So all these employees are yet to activate their account. So Rita will get in touch with you and then
Yes,
to have to
please.
let them activate their account at store. But assuming you have employed a new person, how do you capture the person's data? So let's look at that one. So click on new employee at the top right corner, and then you get to enter the employee's information over here.
Okay. Okay.
So once you have all the information entered, you can even upload the image of the employee.
Okay.
Right.
So when you set a new employee up,
Mm-hmm.
it will tell you that the activation email has been sent. You just click on
Okay.
OK. So that means that you have to alert the person to check their emails and activate their
please.
accounts.
Okay. Okay, please.
All right. Now, in case you want to edit an employee's information, you can click on the 3 dot against the employee's name, and then you can edit the information of the employee. Right. So those that are yet to activate the account, when they check their emails, they should receive an email to activate their account.
Okay.
In case they are still saying they can't find it, right? Then you have to come here and then can you close this pop-up? Can you click on the 3 dots and then click on resend invitation?
Okay.
So once you click on it, the email will be sent afresh.
Okay.
And then they can now follow the process and then activate their account.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So if Ahmed is to check his email right now, he'll receive an email and then he'll be able to activate his account.
Okay.
And when you do same for the rest, they will all be able to activate their account.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Any
And
questions?
in the same way, if an employee leaves, how do I inactivate them?
Yeah, so you suspend the employee's account.
Okay.
So let's switch from inactive to activate.
Okay.
So those that have activated their account, let's look at active.
Okay.
So assuming the very first employee leaves, Ade Joseph, you don't need to have access to the system anymore.
Okay.
So click on the 3 dot against his name.
Okay.
And you can now suspend his account.
Okay.
I hope you are not suspending, he's still with you.
No, please. Okay, let me look for one who is no longer, then I can suspend. Can I search or I should go to 2?
Yeah, or you can go to 2, you can search.
Okay.
Has the person been even captured in the first place?
Yes, it was part of the list I sent.
Right, you can search for the employee either by the name, email, phone number.
Okay, so name.
Okay. So probably the person wasn't added.
Okay.
Check out the active again, and then click on the times to delete clear the active selection.
Okay.
Okay, and click on search again. Click on search again to search for the AEC.
Okay.
It means we still don't have any information in there.
Oh, okay. You are smart to do.
Okay. All right. A is in what? Probably you can try that name,
Okay.
or if you have the phone number, we can search by the phone number as well.
Get me his phone number.
0544.
Okay, let's use the phone number and then see.
Okay.
So clear the justice and then the phone number. Okay, he hasn't been added, so he's not on the
Okay.
system.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're looking at the graduation, but let's look at classrooms and then we come back to graduation. So when it comes to classrooms, here you have list of all your classrooms
Mm-hmm.
and then their respective information. So you have the classroom name, the classroom code,
Okay.
campus, teachers that have been assigned to that particular class,
Okay.
number of students in the class, how many of them are male, how many of them are female.
Mm.
If you want to perform any information on the class, click on the 3 dots against the class, and then you can edit or assign teachers to that class.
Okay.
Or if you want to generate the QR codes of the students in the class too, you can generate all their QR codes as well.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you want to create new classrooms, then kindly click on new add classroom at the top right corner.
Okay.
And then you can now specify your new classroom. So which campus are you creating a new classroom? You selected a campus that do you intend creating a new classroom?
Let's see.
Do you intend?
Let's do it. All the classes are already in.
All right. So in that case, but let's say for primary, you want to create another classroom in primary. So you select the campus, which is primary.
Okay.
Which name do you want to give to the class?
Year 6.
Right.
Easy.
Okay. And then teachers that you want to assign to the class,
Yeah.
and you can select them.
You'll be teaching French there. Let me put you there. You'll be teaching French there. I'll put you there.
You said for me, you don't see me.
Hey, I can't see you. Let me just put anybody later or edit it. Okay.
Is it actually a class that you want to create in reality?
In reality, next academic year.
Or then probably we can wait, then we create it then.
Okay.
But that's the process you go through. So once you do that, you click on
Okay.
save.
Okay.
Right. Once you click on save, the class will be created.
All right.
Right. Okay. Now let's come to settings and then we finish with the graduation.
Mm-hmm.
So over here, this is where you get to specify your academic calendar. So
Mm.
that in generating your report, we can specify the various terms on the report as well.
Mhm.
Right. So you don't have your academic calendar set. So can you click on add academic year? So do they all follow the same calendar?
No.
All the campuses, do they all follow the same calendar, or every campus has its calendar?
Every campus has some.
Okay.
It's 2 groups.
All right. So let's indicate the campus.
Primary, high, lower,
So primary, lower secondary,
kindergarten.
upper primary.
No.
Okay. So these 3
High,
campuses
primary,
follow.
lower, and then preschool. Or there's no preschool.
Oh, there's preschool.
I can't. Okay. No, I need to scroll the other one.
No, when you put this on before you can score the other one.
High, primary, high, lower,
There's a
kindergarten.
class down there.
I'm not able to scroll again.
We are not seeing your preschool.
I'm not seeing this. It's this.
Unselect all. Let me see.
Okay.
Unselect all. You just click on.
Okay, it's preschool.
Okay, so you have all your campuses here.
Preschool, kindergarten, high, lower, high, primary. Okay.
All of them follow the same calendar.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So what is the start date of the? So this is the year-round calendar,
Okay.
not the term, but the year-round. How many terms do you run within an academic year?
They do 3.
They do 3.
Yeah.
So what is the start date of the very beginning of the first term?
That will be last time. What time? 6th. Was it 6th?
Which term are you in? Are you in a new?
Currently, we
academic
are in
year?
second term.
Oh, okay. So the beginning of the first term, that was.
I'll check it and fill it later.
9 September.
It was 6 September or so, 8 or so. I have it somewhere. I'll check it.
All right, but you can always come back and update it.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So let we can make use of the 9th, right? You can come back and then update it. So 9 September 2022. So let's move to 2022. We are in 2023 calendar. Let's change the year to 2022. Okay. Okay. And then the end date of the academic year, which will be the vacation
For
which will be the
third term.
vacation for third term, yes. Which will be vacation for third term.
Vacation for
That
third
would be the end date. Okay, so July 2023. Right. We are already in 2023.
Let's say, okay, let's say 14th. I'll change it to later.
Okay, so we have the year-round academic year set, right? So we have the academic year, which is 2022 running 2023 academic year. Now that we have the year-round calendar set, we can now specify the various term starts and end dates.
Okay.
So when it comes down for term 1, no, not there.
No, I'm
When you come
found
down,
it.
okay,
I
so
should come here term 1.
so term 1, which began in September 2022, which began in September 2022.
First thing.
I think you chose 9th.
I think so. No, 9th is a Friday. Yeah, I'll change it later. Yeah, I chose 9th. Okay.
So yeah, so let it coincide with it. It has to coincide with it. And then the end date for the first term, that was
we ended in December. Yes. 9 December.
Yeah, in 2023. So let's change it 2022. All right. So click on add another to specify for the second term. So you're in second term right now. So when did school open?
9th January.
10th.
And then when will it end?
5th April.
When will it end?
5th April.
5th April. Okay.
Yes.
So scroll down and then let's specify for the third term.
Third term will come 24th.
28th July.
Okay, so we can now save it. Can I click on save and then save it?
Okay.
And then your academic calendar will be saved for those campuses, right? Now we can add another, and then for the other campuses, since this is different.
Okay, so I'll come here, right?
Yeah, click on add another, and then this time around you select the other campuses.
Okay.
And then you go through the same process, and then you'll be able to specify DS as well.
Hey.
Okay. So once you have the information, you
Yes,
can do
we
that
can
for
do
them.
it later. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So next is graduation. When students complete school, and then you need to separate them from your current active students. All right. Or when students leave school, and then you want to archive them. Right. So let's say students have completed school, right? So you want to separate them from your current students. So you come to graduation, and then you create a group.
Oh, okay.
So click on add a group, and then let's give the group a name. So it could be the graduation year group name, any name, the name that you want to give to it. Remember, this is not promotional.
Okay.
This is not promotion. This is students who have actually graduated and are leaving the school, but not those in reception that are graduating to be moved to,
okay.
Let's say preschool, right? Right. So, so that's the kind of graduation that you are referring to.
Okay.
All right. So this is 3 alumni. So let's say which year? Let's say 2022 batch or 2023 batch, right? Okay. So that is the name that you want. And then when is their graduation date? You indicate their graduation date.
Okay. Currently, we don't have, so.
Okay. All right. So let's choose any dates. We are not actually, we are just going through the process. When you are actually about to graduate, you go through it. So just choose the dates.
That one is okay. So
Yeah, the 2022. 22 and
no.
Can we find it?
Okay, and then you click on save. And then the group will be saved.
Okay.
So now that the group has been created, you can now go and then add students
Oh, okay.
that are graduating to the group so that they will,
Okay.
their data will be separate from your current batch of students.
Okay.
All right, so kindly click on the 3 dots against the group's name and then click on add or edit students. So over here, are you adding students within a particular class group, or you have students in mind that you want to search and graduate them?
Okay.
Right.
Mm.
So let's say those in basic 5 are the students that are graduating. Right. So we can come to select class or grade. So let's say those in basic 5 are graduating. So let's select them. And then all those students have been selected. So click outside it over here for me. So assuming though you are graduating this batch of students, there are some students in there for certain reasons they are not graduating. Right? You can search and then exclude them from students who are graduating. Probably he's in the class although, but he's not part of those that are graduating. So you can search for the name of the child and then that child will be excluded from those that are graduating. Kindly type in, so Nuhu Mustafa, right? So you have the name popping up for you. So once you click on the name of the child will be selected, and then he wouldn't form part of those that are graduating.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Should I click?
Yeah, so kindly click on the name of the child. So once you click on the name of the child, his name will be selected, and you can search for as many students as you want to exclude.
Okay.
On the list, right? Okay. But since you are not graduating, let's put this on hold. When students are about graduating, you go through it and then you graduate them.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Any question, please?
No, please.
All right. So I think tomorrow we'll be looking at
what training is that, please?
We have semester class for academic health and admin.
Okay.
Then I'll hand you back to your account manager, Rita. So I'm handing back.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Noah.
We hope you had value from this video. For further assistance, kindly call or send us a WhatsApp message using the following numbers. Or visit our website at www.smartsap.com. SmartSap. Child security, parent engagement, smarter schools.